Welcome to the InSinkErator Food Waste Disposer Installation Guide. You will find important safety information in the InSinkErator ICU manual. Make sure you read and understand the instructions before you attempt installation. Now we will show you how to install an Evolution 200 food waste disposer into an existing kitchen. You'll need these tools: a screwdriver, a pipe wrench, hacksaw, and pliers, and if installing in a double bowl sink, a double bowl connector kit. Before we begin, it's important to note that the InSinkErator waste outlet pipe has a measurement of 40mm. As you know, Australian pipes measure 50mm. Therefore, if this is a new installation and you are not using the double bowl connector kit as shown in this demonstration, you will still require a 40mm to 50mm trap adapter. The first step is to disconnect the trap and the remainder of the pipe connections. Next, remove the strainer assembly. Next, separate the parts of the mounting assembly, then loosen the screws until they are level with the mounting ring. The assembly will now come apart easily by simply prying off the snap ring. After scraping clean the sink drain hole of any putty or corking, apply the rubber washer to the sink flange and press it firmly in place to make a secure watertight seal. To attach the other mounting assembly, slip the rubber washer up and over the sink flange sleeve. While holding the backup ring with one hand, place the mounting ring with its 3 screws on the sink sleeve, then slide the snap ring onto the sleeve until it pops into place. Finally, tighten the 3 mounting screws so that the assembly is seated evenly and tightly against the sink. To install the air switch push button bellow, you may need to consult a specialist before carefully drilling a 32mm hole in the worktop at the most convenient point of use. The air switch button and tube kit is a non-electrical component. The air switch provides a safe and easy way to turn the disposer on and off. To connect, push one end of the PVC tubing onto the spout of the push button bellow, feed the other end of the tube through the hollow in the worktop and through the nut and washer underneath. Fit the push button bellow in the hole and screw up the nut and washer underneath the worktop until it is hand tight. To connect the air switch to the waste disposer, simply take the other end of the air tube and push it over the spout of the air switch, which is located on the underside of the disposer. Now to connect the disposer to the mounting assembly. Lift the disposer into position with the 3 mounting tabs lined up with the sink mounting assembly screws. Turn it right until the tabs are engaged. In a double bowl sink connection, you will need to use the supplied pipe and connect it to the anti-vibration tailpipe mount and secure with the spring-type hose clamp, only available in the Evolution range. If the supplied spring-type hose clamp is not used, the warranty will be void. Please note for the M Series 46, 56 and 66, the discharge tube connection is slightly different. Place the split rubber gasket onto the discharge tube with the flat end facing out. Slide the metal flange along the discharge tube up against the rubber gasket. Then secure the metal flange discharge tube to the disposer with the 2 13mm bolts supplied. Rotate the disposer until it is aligned with the drain trap and cut the pipe to length and insert in T-piece. When installing the double bowl connector kit, ensure that the T-piece is slightly lower than the discharge pipe from the disposer to ensure water runs downward when being discharged from the disposer. Then tighten the slip nut on the trap and the connection is made. Now lock the disposer in place. Now for the electrical connections. If there is already an earth-grounded electrical socket under the sink, simply plug the waste disposer in and switch on. If not, a power supply socket should be installed by a qualified electrician. Insert the quiet collar sink baffle into the sink opening. Finally, check for leaks. Simply place the supplied stopper in the sink and fill it with water. Remove the stopper and check all plumbing connections for leaks. Note that the shelf that is generally contained under the sink can be cut by a carpenter with a jigsaw to follow the line of the disposer and returned into position. Therefore, it is often not necessary to lose the entire shelf. That's all there is to installing a food waste disposer. If you do have any technical questions or installation problems, simply call our customer service line.